Good afternoon. I wanted to post a quick video just to clear some confusion about the two types of citations that you may need help with. So, the first thing is when you're in the middle of your paper, right, and you cite something, you need to make reference to the source where you got it right there in the text. So, we call that an in text citation. The format for the MLA is in the middle of the paper, right? Let's say that you are writing, I'm going to go to another screen. Hold on. Let's say that you are writing a paper, and in the middle of your paper, you write something like to be or not to be. That is the question. Okay. You obviously didn't come up with those words yourself, right? So if you got that from William Shakespeare's book, right, and it was on page 56, right, what you would do is you would write in the text, right? Let's say that you had a lot of text before that, and I'm going to grab some text from here. Hold on, so I can. Let's say that in the middle of your essay, right, you decided to quote to be or not to be, right? In the middle of your paper, right, which was already formatted to be MLA, right? So it was double spaced, Times New Roman font. So it was looking really good before you even got here. So I'm going to make it look that way for you, right? Okay, so let's say that in the middle of your paper, you decided that you needed this quote, right? Well, you're not going to give me all the information in the middle of the text because guess what? After this quote, you continue to write, right? You had more to say. Your essay goes on for 3 or 4 pages, right? So what do you do now? Over here, you're going to enter the author's last name, Shakespeare, and then the page. You got that from page 56. No commas, Shakespeare 56, right? Now, at the end of your paper, and this was a long paper, it had, 7 pages to it, great, 4 pages to it. When you're at the end of it, right, you're going to insert a page break and go to your works cited page. So right here at the center, I'm going to create a works. Go back. I'm going to insert the page break again. There it is. I'm going to write works cited, and that is the page in which you list all the works that you use, that you reference to, that you made reference to. So here you start, well, you go back here, you start listing all the works that you did. Now, the reference that I used for this, because I may forget what the rules are, is what I'm going to show you right now. I've mentioned it a couple of times. It's the OWL Purdue website. So how do you find it? You type OWL Purdue MLA in text citation, right? Google will take you there. And it's the first link, I guess. Well, let's go over here. Oh, there it is. And this reference tells you everything of what I told you. However, it covers more because sometimes it may not be a book. It may come from a source that looks different, like these examples here, right? What if my source had no known author? Well, the MLA has a rule for that, right? What if it has multiple authors? So the details are in that page, right? But when you're finished, you need to cite everything in a works cited page. So here is where you would write, let's say that your first author was Akbar Samuel, right? And the name of the book was, it was a book. So the name of the book was The Problems in Hamlet. Okay. The title needs to be italicized. So there are going to be rules here, right? You don't just list the source, you follow some rules. Then the publisher was Springer 2020. And that's the year of publication. So this is the format for a book, but if I am not sure what the format is to list when it's a book, I can go here to the MLA works cited page, right, and see what the format needs to be, right? And here are the suggestions, right? Like, what if it is by one author? What if it is by many authors? And then it also tells you, well, what if it's from a book? And in my case here, it was from a book, right? So you need the last name, the first name, the title of the book, city of publication, publisher, and publication date, right? Since my book was published after 1900, I can just omit the city of publication. That's why I just had Springer, the publisher, and then the date of publication. The rules are different. Of course, if you're going to do it from a scholarly journal, you need the volume, you need the journal's name, and all the other information. So you follow those rules, and then you do it alphabetically. And in this case, after Akbar, I used Shakespeare, William. The name of the book was Hamlet, and the publisher was I don't know. The publisher was Random. And the year of publication was 2015. Okay, I gave you an easy format. There's something wrong here, right? There is no, I didn't italicize the title, so the title is now italicized. Now it's looking good. I wish it were that simple, right? There are more details to this, but I just wanted to call your attention to the fact that there are two types of citation that you're doing. One is you cite it in the middle of the paper. In other words, in the text, and we call that in-text citation. And the other time you're going to make reference to it is when you list everything that you cited in the book, and we call that a works cited page, right? You go to the OWL, the Purdue OWL website for both, okay? I hope this clears some confusion.